Good day, everyone. I pray today that you are blessed. We have been looking at the book of Hebrews. I love the book of Hebrews, but our writer has been pushing us towards something. Remember, everything about the book of Hebrews is about Jesus, our relationship with Jesus, what Jesus has done for us, who Jesus is, those types of things. But we come to probably the most famous chapters of the book of Hebrews. Most of us run to Hebrews 11, the Heroes Hall of Fame, and we read it and we go, yay, them. But as we look at the book of Hebrews, as we look at it in the context of which we're studying it during our daily devotions, we realize that Hebrews chapter 11 is not just, doesn't just start with 11:1. It actually starts in verse 10:32. And then it goes all the way to chapter 12:4, because the idea there is faith. Because you will recall that near the end of 10, because we have this great high priest, there are the four, let us do this. Let us hold fast to our confession, because let us hold fast and draw near to the Father. Let us not forsake the assembling of ourselves together. Then that wonderful warning about falling away. But I figured that one of the nice things for us would be to just read it. And so over the next few days, if you will allow, I'm just going to read parts of chapter 10, 11, and 12, so that we have them as a whole before we take it apart. I know we live in a wonderful world where we can have scripture read to us on our phone, on our computer, any way we want. We also know that we can read scripture together. But the idea here is that as we spend these moments together each morning, each part of the day, is to just hear what it is God is saying to us as we look at this whole idea of faith. One of the nice acronyms of faith is forsaking all, I take him. I like that. But again, what does the word say to us? This is chapter 10, verses 32 to 11, chapter 1. Here we go. Remember those earlier days when you first received the light? When you stood your ground in the great contests of facing suffering? Sometimes you were publicly exposed and insulted and persecuted. At other times, you stood side by side with those who were so treated. You even sympathized with those in prison and joyfully accepted the confiscation of your property because you knew that you yourselves had a better and lasting possession coming. So don't throw away your confidence. It will be greatly rewarded. You need to persevere so that when you have done the will of God, you will receive what he has promised. He who is coming will not delay. It will be a little while. Don't give up hope. But my righteous one will live by faith. And if he shrinks back, I will not be pleased with him or her. But we are not of those who shrink back and are being destroyed. But instead, we are those who believe and are being saved. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Be blessed today, my dear friends.